Alright, saga continues. Break down the SPY from 424. So, SP 500 ETF still long-term uptrend, as indicated by upward sloping 50 period and 200 period moving averages. And we are near 52-week highs. We gapped up the 52-week highs, had a long pullback sideways action, which we finally got above yesterday. So we gapped up above that level, tested way down and closed way up. So that looks like a bullish piece of movement and on a volume increase. So to test back down in the range and to close way up above it is definitely bullish. And you can see that there are like a million fucking setups today. Whereas it felt very scant on Friday. So just kind of talk about the top two pre-market movers. VXX, the VIX was pre-market mover, but long-term downtrend, but we kind of gapped down. So one gap down is not in my book, and two still within this range. So that was a pass. And then OPTT was a gap up. So gap up, 90%. So and penny stock though still not in my wheelhouse. So pass OPTT. So my trade. So ISRG, healthcare sector, uptrending stock at 52-week highs. Three-bar triangle last day inside average day doji. So the setup is we're looking for a breakout above like 816 after the two narrow range inside days. So poised for a breakout trigger is getting above 816, and so intraday we gap up, which should have been the first indication this was not a good trade, but we gap up, $4 and an $800 stock. I don't think that's like a terrible amount. I mean, it's fucking less than 1%, less than 0.5%, or exactly 0.5%. So not exactly a large gap up is forgivable. So we start to go up off the open. So I didn't trade it immediately where I tried to enter, and I fucking had poor execution. But this was my trade, just kind of right in here. So our 52-week highs, we had hit a prior resistance level. I saw we tapped this again, so we're kind of making higher lows into the level, and they start going sideways in here. So I just threw in a little trade like right in here. My stop was down, below VWAP. I couldn't buy more than like fucking 15 shares of this thing, so I could have a pretty far away stop, no problem. But I think when you're playing these, when you're taking the trade like in anticipation of the breakout. In the future, maybe it's good to just, when it doesn't work immediately, maybe get out and, if it tightens back up again, maybe you take another shot, just to kind of limit your risk. Or, the better trade is now that we have this obvious intraday level, wait for, price to break out through it, and then prior resistance becomes support since we kind of do have an intraday resistance level. So, I have a good setup here. I'm trading an in-play stock and trending stock trading with the trend. This I think my intraday, entry is not so bad either. And I had my stop in a reasonable place. So, I don't hate this trade. It says that, I just fucked up my, I sold like a share when I meant to move my stop. I didn't hit 1.5 and fucking market. I just, it was execution error. So it was poor job on my part. Tons of good shit going on today, though. Lead off with Google. So you talk about when, the market goes up, like the market leaders lead the way, right? So Google, is at 50. Alphabet Inc. Jesus. All right, so I'd never ever knew that. So 52-week highs, right? So the setup is just uptrending stock at 52-week highs. The trigger is we trade above 853 being the 52-week high. We are gapping up, but that's okay. Was there any pre-market? The world may never know. So yeah, strong uptrending stock, market leader, higher high, higher low, higher low. So you could have been buying any of these dips. Prior resistance becomes support, kind of right here with the stop below VWAP. And when we're at 52-week highs, it behooves one to hold for a trend trade when we're not overextended. So Google be a good trade. Another one I really like that should have been on my radar. Very upset I missed this one. AME. So Amtech, 52-week highs, kind of going sideways at the 52-week high. This nice resistance level, 55.40 So you could have had an alert set there. I should have found this on my 52-week high scan. So I'm kind of pissed off I didn't see this one. And have this alert set. So, do we gap up? Yes, we do. But, so sorry, I didn't say setup trigger entry. So setup is going sideways at the 52-week highs for like, 2 months. And so we're not rejecting for the 52-week highs, just kind of holding, right underneath it. So it's high level consolidation. We do gap up. So triggers when we hit the 52-week highs, we do gap up. So now we're looking for entry. We gap up above it, test down right to that prior potential resistance level. It does become support, and then we start making higher lows. The real sweet entry is right in here, though. We start this high level tight consolidation. So buy anywhere in here. There's stop down below VWAP. 20-cent risk, easy. Really limit your risk, and you probably have a winning trade on this. Once again, we're talking about wide range days, and so this is where I think Bella is really talking about the market. When the market is in one of those actionable positions, like SPY's breaking out of range to the upside, it really adds credence to a long trade. So here's a maybe this is one of those kind of checks in your favor, right? So you might hold for the wide range day. What else? Fuel. So fuel's a penny stock. Been in the recent uptrend, so advertising sector, pull back to the midline. So the uptrend's innocent until proven guilty. Going sideways to the midline. So fuel is a penny stock, and usually this pullback to the midline is not that great. But I don't know why it would be that good here. So I just know we had this like fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 days overlap going sideways. So you could have had an alert set here. The setup would have been this overlap, pull back in the midline and uptrending stock. Trigger would be, once we hit 450, and then intraday, take your pick of any of these, So opening range high, so open up, test down, it's good. Go up, pull back, test opening range high, cool. Here's another high level consolidation you could have entered on. Prior resistance becomes support here. So a lot of trades that you could have been taking. So just trading with the long-term trend, kind of have a consolidation area that we're breaking out of in an uptrending stock, and you could have anticipated the next potential resistance would have been around, this kind of prior failure area, between like 530 and 550. CYTR, so another penny stock, but sub $1 stock, but we have been going sideways for fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. This was on my radar from yesterday, or from like these few days, the high volume days. So I saw it. It's already fucking over here on my list, and I just like, I don't know why I refuse to take the best trades. I'm fucked up. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, dude. Like, I see this long base, I'm like licking my chops, and then, so what's the setup here? Fucking year-long base. We're triggering is we got, recent volumes coming in, and also we're getting above the prior resistance, 70 cents, potential resistance there. So, volume starts to come in, we get above it, we kind of flag above the prior resistance level. That's a textbook bull flag. Stop below VWAP. You're probably still in it if it is. If not, like, once we get above the, opening range high, prior resistance becomes support somewhere in here. You could have been buying here. It's easy to trade. Stocks of volume, with the trend, like when there's no fucking nearby resistance. Anywho, all right. So let's just talk quickly about the stocks on my watch list. I do have like fucking 7. So I'm gonna show them to you and then pick out the best ones. For me personally, I do like these setups, but some of them are more in my price range and some of them are not. So, amazing. So Amazon is 52-week high, uptrending stock, just going sideways at 52-week highs. Kind of have a level here, potential resistance level, obvious level around this like 911 area. So the idea is we are going sideways at all-time highs. If we get above this, next resistance, we get above this, we get this recent resistance level, maybe open lower, test up, prior resistance becomes support. trade if we gap up, and maybe test down, and then ABCD into the high of day. If we break out of there, resistance becomes support in the opening range. The next potential resistance would be, the all-time high, so it's 13 points away. Also, we got blue skies above there, so it's definitely an A+ setup for today. Kite, this is more of an alert setup. So what's this? Kite is in 52-week high uptrend. Recent volumes come in. This is a biotech, so hot sector. We've been making higher lows and lower highs and going sideways in an uptrending stock here. So daily chart wedge, if you will, with 8 days sideways. So just kind of waiting for this to break out and pick a direction. So we've got alert set above 83.04 and below 78.50 for the potential breakout. So we'd look for trend continuation patterns above and below those levels. What else? Momo. So Momo is an uptrending stock at 52-week highs. Setup is we're going sideways 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days at 52-week highs. So we're just kind of looking for, once again, I have alert set above the 52-week high and below this range level. So looking for the potential breakout either way there. We are in an uptrending stock, so this is innocent until proven guilty. So, I wouldn't really be interested in short because the next support is like very close. Maybe like not enough room to really warrant a short here. So VMW, so setup is we're in a 52-week high, uptrending stock, going sideways at the all-time high. So it's kind of alert set there. We did break out to the all-time high yesterday, right at the end of day. So, if we open lower here and then if volume does come in, that would be one particular trigger. And then, maybe a bull flag. If we kind of just trade through, start making intraday higher lows, so intraday uptrend, might look to just buy prior resistance, become support. Intraday, maybe the open range high, a pullback there. Trip. So what's the setup here? We have been in a long-term downtrend. So recently just kind of going sideways for the past 2 months. Kind of chopping around with like $3 range. So, volume, slow volume in the background. And if we get above this like 44 level, the next potential resistance isn't until about 46. So there could potentially be a nice, there's definitely risk to reward opportunity in here. I'm not saying there's a trade in here, but the potential does exist. There's a profit factor in there. So, ALF. So penny stock that had a parabolic run. Since it has made lower high, lower low, going sideways for how many bars is that now? That was like 16 bars, 15 bars. Failed to break out the top of this range. It was going sideways though, so this would be sushi rolls to the downside below 670. So looking for trend continuation patterns below 670. And last would be DY, which is just another uptrending stock at 52-week highs. And the setup is 3 days overlapping. So obviously, as you say, I'm very prone to just fucking picking like everything. So if I had to, like as I said, some of these are alerts. Kite is an alert, Momo is an alert, VMW is an alert, Trip is an alert. So really, ALF as far as timing, ALF. Amazon are my two, setups that I'm looking that potentially could be primed and ready to go today. So, but I don't know what is in the future, so I'm trying to use better language to describe my setups. So, the top 2 setups, Amazon and ALF. Try to get the timing right here. So, anyway, that's it. Later.